Jillian, long time no see, huh? Kind of sudden, I know, but guess what? I stole your husband. Like, literally. You're probably getting divorce papers today, so yeah, brace yourself, girl. Wait, what? Nina? Bingo, it's me, Nina. Wow, it's been what? 2 years since college graduation, right? How have you been? Still hanging in there? Yeah, I guess. I mean, I've been fine, but hold on a second. What are you even talking about? My husband? Yeah, Sam. Your husband, Sam. He's mine now, babe. He told me himself. He's divorcing you and marrying me. Oops. Sorry, not sorry. What? Nina, are you serious? This has to be some kind of joke. Aw, poor thing. I get it. I do. Who wants to believe their own husband got stolen by their old friend? Must be hard to accept, huh? But, sweetheart, this is your new reality. Let's be honest, you kind of let yourself go after popping out that kid, didn't you? Sam told me himself, you stopped being a woman ages ago. That's why he chose me over you. He says I'm cuter, more fun, more everything. So, yeah, you're out. He's giving me the mansion, too. And the inheritance? Oh, yeah. All mine now. Sorry for stealing your life. Oopsies. Wait, just hold up. Can we slow down for a second? Because I have no idea what the hell is happening here. Could you, back up and explain this from the start? Huh? You still don't get it? Okay, fine. I'll walk you through it since you're clearly in denial. So, it all started at this party a friend dragged me to. And who do I bump into? Your oh so precious Sam. He comes up to me all smooth and says, hey, you went to the same university as my wife. And I'm like, who? Turns out it's you. Imagine my surprise. You got married and even had a kid and nobody told me. Wow, right? Yeah, okay, I follow. So then what? So then we hit it off, really hit it off. We both got a little tipsy, and next thing you know, we snuck off together. 2 hours alone, you can fill in the blanks. And girl, Sam started pouring his heart out, saying how miserable he is at home, saying you're no fun anymore, you spend all his money, ignore him, and don't make him feel like a man, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, poor guy, someone's got to rescue him from this nightmare wife. That someone, me. So yeah, we started dating, secretly of course. And let me tell you, the chemistry, off the charts, babe. Right. So you started seeing him behind my back, and? And, well, Sam still had you, his boring wife, at home, so we kept it hush-hush. No need to make things messy. But guess what? Sam finally hit his limit. He's done with you. He told me he's going to give you the divorce papers today and officially make me his new wife. No more hiding, no more sneaking around. We're going public, baby. And once you're out, I get everything. The house, the lifestyle, the inheritance. You can take your bat and get lost. The house? What do you mean, get out of the house? Seriously, you don't know? The 2,000 square foot mansion you're living in right now? Yeah, that one. It's Sam's parents' property. I've seen pictures. Gorgeous place. Way too nice for someone like you. So I'll be moving in. Living the rich housewife life while you go back to whatever dump you came from. Sounds fair, right? Wait, inheritance? What inheritance are you even talking about? Wow, you really don't know anything, do you? Sam's parents' inheritance? Duh, they're still alive, but they're old, not much time left. When they're gone, Sam's getting $300 million. And guess who gets to spend it all? Yep, me. Every last penny. 300 million? That's... I can't even process that number. So let me get this straight, Nina. You're telling me you've been screwing my husband behind my back, and now you're saying he's divorcing me, kicking me and my kid out of the house, and you're taking over everything, including his parents' inheritance. That's what you're saying? Exactly. Girl, you can't even keep your man satisfied. Why would he keep wasting his life with a has-been like you? But hey, I'm generous. Sam and I will give you a nice fat lump sum for alimony and child support. Take it and get lost, yeah? You'll probably end up some sad little broke single mom, but hey, that's life. At least you'll have the money we toss your way to scrape by for a while. Good luck, sweetie. You're gonna need it. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say for now. But first, will you just listen to me for a minute? Just hear me out. What now? Gonna throw some bitter excuses my way? Honestly, at this point, nothing you say will hurt or bother me anymore, so go ahead. I'm listening. All right, then here's the real story from the very start. I am still single. Completely single. What? I've never been married in my entire life. Never changed my last name. My family registry is clean as a whistle. I had a boyfriend once, but we broke up a while ago. That's it. I'm totally unmarried. What are you talking about? You can't be serious. No, it's not a lie. I've never married. I don't have kids. And that Sam guy, I don't even know who he is. He's not my ex. I don't know him at all. Wait, what? What does that mean? That's exactly what I'm trying to figure out. Because honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about. I live alone in a small apartment near the station, not some mansion you're claiming. I don't have a husband or in-laws. My family's still back home and doing just fine. I'm just baffled. No way. You're joking, right? Single. You? Then who the hell is Sam? Seriously, I don't know who that is. No way, that can't be true. Because I promised to marry Sam. He said we needed money for the divorce. I even handed him $10 million. Wait, 10 million what? $10 million. It was supposed to cover alimony and child support. Because cheating is cheating and he wanted to settle it properly. But Sam said his wife spends all their savings and can't come up with the money. If he can't pay, he can't divorce and he can't marry me. So I borrowed money everywhere I could, paid it for him. He promised he'd pay me back with the inheritance he'd get when his parents die. He even showed me pictures of the house. I was going to live there with Sam. Don't lie and say you're single. Look, this is hard to say, but you might have been scammed. What? That Sam probably tricked you out of your money, pretended to be your fiancé, lied about marrying you. No way, Sam would never do that to me. Don't say awful things like that. Well then, do you even know who this Sam really is? How old he is, where he works, or the address of that fancy house in the pictures? I don't know. He never told me any of that. Then try calling or messaging him right now. I did. He won't pick up. And get this, he blocked my number. His phone's off. His number's no longer in use. How could this happen? Looks like he ran off. After taking a ton of money from you, he must have vanished before anyone could find him. It's a classic marriage scam. The marriage, the mansion, the inheritance, all lies. What do? I gave him $10 million. I borrowed so much money to get it. If it's all a lie, how am I supposed to pay it back? Well, that's not my problem. You should report it to the police and let them investigate. There's no time for that. I borrowed from loan sharks, too, to raise that $10 million. If I don't pay by the deadline, they'll charge me crazy interest and do terrible things. Help me, please. We're friends, right? Look, honestly, I feel bad, but if you knowingly dated a married guy, that's on you. And then you accuse others? I'm done with this. I'm going to stay away from you from now on. We weren't really close since graduation anyway. Don't say things like that. Please, just lend me some money. Help me. You really need to blame your own foolishness. Good luck with that mess. After everything that had happened, the turmoil, the lies, the endless back and forth with Nina, I finally reached a point where I could begin to close the door on that painful chapter of my life. It was a long road to get here, full of frustration, confusion, and a lingering sense of betrayal. Yet now, looking back with some distance, I can see the whole picture more clearly and reflect on the lessons that situation forced on me, even though I never wanted to learn them. When Nina first started pestering me for money, I tried to be patient. I reminded myself that maybe she was genuinely desperate, maybe she needed a lifeline. But the requests didn't stop. In fact, they only grew more frequent and more insistent. She messaged me dozens of times a day, each one filled with increasingly desperate pleas. I felt worn down, exhausted, trapped in a situation I couldn't control. Eventually, I realized that no amount of reasoning or compassion would change things, so I made the difficult but necessary decision to block her completely. I cut her off from my life without looking back. But the block wasn't enough. To truly protect myself, I went even further. I changed my phone number. I needed to make sure she couldn't find a way back in, couldn't wear me down or guilt me into compliance. That act of changing something as simple as my phone number kind of felt like a rebirth, a chance to start over without the weight of her constant demands pulling me under. It was an extreme measure, but one I know I had to take if I wanted to find peace again. The aftermath of that decision was both quiet and chaotic. Quiet because I no longer received those harrowing messages. Chaotic because the fallout spread in unexpected ways. Mutual friends told me bits and pieces about Nina's situation. Apparently, she never reported the scam to the police, nor did she confide in her family about what had happened. That surprised me. In most cases, you'd expect someone who'd been deceived and defrauded to seek help or at least warn others. But Nina kept her silence, hiding the truth under layers of shame. I could understand why. Even though the man she'd been involved with was a fraud, the fact that she had cheated on her husband with him added a heavy burden of guilt and humiliation. Losing money was one thing, betraying the trust of the people closest to her was another. It was easier for her to keep it all locked inside than to face the judgment or pity she feared would come from admitting the full truth. Instead of confronting reality, Nina spiraled deeper into desperation. She began begging our mutual friends for money, hoping someone would rescue her from the hole she was in. But no one was willing to hand over large sums without guarantees, and her pleas were mostly ignored. This rejection must have crushed her even more, forcing her to borrow from dangerous loan sharks to cover her mounting debts. When she missed the repayment deadlines, things took a dark turn. Rumors spread that some scary people, loan sharks or even worse, had gotten involved. The last anyone heard, she was taken away by those people, vanishing without a trace. The disappearance left a haunting silence, unanswered questions, and a painful reminder of how quickly a life can unravel. It's heartbreaking and infuriating to watch someone throw everything away. How could she fall for such a transparent scam? How could her life spiral so far out of control so quickly? I wanted to shout at her to stop, to ask for help, to realize she didn't have to face everything alone. But pride, shame, and fear can be powerful chains, trapping people in cycles of self-destruction. Sometimes the hardest step is admitting you need help, and the cost of not taking that step can be devastating. The man behind it all, the con artist who called himself Sam, was caught a month later, arrested on a different charge. His face appeared briefly in the morning news and newspapers, a stranger's face that carried so much damage. Seeing that photo was surreal. He was just some man I'd never met, yet his lies had created ripples that had touched many lives, including mine. That made me realize how fragile our worlds really are, how strangers' actions can reach into our lives and shake everything up. What still baffles me is how I got caught in this mess at all. I was never involved with Sam, never lent money, and yet Nina's problems became mine to deal with. The tangled web of lies and desperation pulled me in, forcing me to question trust, loyalty, and the boundaries between people. It was a harsh, unwelcome lesson in how easily chaos can spread when deception takes root. Now, after all the pain and exhaustion, I'm determined to move on. I won't let this nightmare define me or poison my future. This experience taught me valuable lessons about self-protection, about recognizing toxic patterns and knowing when to cut ties. I've learned the importance of setting firm boundaries and listening to my own needs first. No more sacrificing my peace for the sake of others' crises, especially when they refuse to take responsibility. At the same time, despite everything, I find myself hoping that Nina somehow finds her way back. Everyone deserves a chance to recover, to learn from their mistakes and rebuild. Maybe someday she'll realize what she lost, understand the damage she caused, and come back stronger. The thought that she might be out there, lost and alone, is painful. It reminds me that people are complex, capable of mistakes, but also capable of redemption. Reflecting on this whole ordeal, I see it now as a stark reminder of how fragile human relationships really are. Trust is precious, but fragile, easy to break and so difficult to rebuild. This experience taught me not only caution, but compassion. People who make mistakes are often silently crying out for help, even if they don't know how to ask for it or are too afraid to admit it. I'm free now, free from the endless drama, the lies, the emotional roller coaster. I carry scars from those days, but they serve as reminders to stay vigilant, to protect myself without losing my capacity to care. No more second chances for people who don't deserve them. No more getting sucked into chaos that isn't mine. This is my boundary, my peace. This painful, messy, heartbreaking ending is also a beginning, a chance to start fresh, to rebuild, and to prioritize my well-being above all else. Because after all that has happened, peace is the one thing I am determined to never lose again. Even now, when I think back to those long nights of worry and endless messages, I remind myself how important it is to keep that boundary strong. It's easy to fall back into old patterns, being too kind, too trusting, too willing to help, but sometimes kindness has to be measured. Sometimes protecting yourself means saying no, walking away, and refusing to carry burdens that aren't yours to bear. I've learned that life isn't about saving everyone or fixing every problem that comes your way. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do, for yourself and for others, is to step back and let people face consequences of their actions. Only then can the real change begin. In the end, this experience wasn't just about a scam or a broken friendship. It was a hard lesson in resilience, boundaries, and self-respect. It showed me what I'm willing to endure and where I draw the line. And it reminded me that no matter how painful the past, the future always holds a chance to heal and grow. So here I am, standing at the edge of that past, ready to step forward into whatever comes next, stronger, wiser, and finally at peace. As I write this, the weight of those months lingers like a shadow, a quiet reminder that the scars left behind aren't just physical or financial, they're emotional and psychological too. It's strange how something as intangible as trust can be so easily shattered, yet so difficult to rebuild. Trust is like fragile glass. Once cracked, it never quite looks the same, no matter how carefully you piece it back together. This experience has taught me that trust isn't just given freely. It has to be earned and protected fiercely. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Mr. Orville, thank you again for meeting earlier. I really appreciate your time. I just wanted to follow up briefly. Our team is currently refining the collaboration proposal. I'd love the opportunity to bring the revised version back to you for a second review. Wow, you're really still going with the polite act, huh? That's adorable. You act like I don't know what this is. You want another meeting so you can beg me to care about your little proposal again. Am I right? I'd prefer to think of it as a professional follow-up. We're incorporating your earlier feedback, and I believe the updated version will better align with HiZet's branding goals. Oh, please, branding goals? Do you seriously think I care about that corporate brochure garbage? I already gave you more time than your entire outfit probably gets in a month. I understand your time is extremely valuable. That's why we want to keep things concise and targeted moving forward. Yeah, you're gonna want to cancel that. Go ahead and scrap the whole thing. Excuse me? You heard me. Pass, like hard pass. I'm officially not interested. The proposal, the partnership, the endless emails, it's all too boring. I got better things to do. I see. And just to clarify, is this a finalized decision from your department or something you're proposing independently? Oh my God, you're dense. I said I'm done. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. If I say no, it's no. I'm not trying to be difficult, but I'd like to understand who within HiZet is making that call. Are we expecting an official update from your team, or... You still don't get it. I don't need a team. I am the decision. You're talking to the gatekeeper, my friend. When I say the door's shut, it's shut. End of story. Forgive me, but I was under the impression that collaboration decisions were made at the executive level. Executive level? Okay, sure, if we're talking about people who pretend to be in charge. But I'm not just anyone, all right? You know who my father is, don't you? Yes, I believe your father is Mr. Gregory Orville, head of sales at HiZet. Exactly. That makes me the heir apparent, the bloodline, baby. You think I wait for permission? I grew up sitting in on board meetings while you were probably studying PowerPoint templates. When I speak, people fall in line. That's how this works. I respect your confidence, but I don't believe that family relationships grant operational authority, especially not over contractual partnerships. Oh, wow, listen to this guy. Operational authority. That's cute. You sound like you memorized it from a business textbook. I'm simply trying to adhere to protocol. Protocol is for people who don't matter. I don't need protocol. I am the protocol. I see. And with respect, I'd caution against making unilateral decisions based on informal influence. These projects involve legal documents and formal agreements between companies. Don't lecture me about legal documents, noobery. I've torn up more contracts in my life than you've signed. My dad runs sales. He has the final say. That's the hierarchy. That's the food chain. You're plankton. I think we're veering away from the substance of the collaboration itself. No, we're getting to the real substance. Let's not pretend this was ever about your pitch deck or whatever sad little slideshow your team cooked up. The only reason I even glanced at your file was out of courtesy. You're a subcontractor. I was doing you a favor. You should be writing me thank you notes. Hell, send me a fruit basket. I do appreciate the attention you gave the proposal, but I'd hoped this partnership could move forward based on its merits. Merits? Oh man, you still think this is a meritocracy? That's adorable! Do you know how this industry works? It's about who you know, it's about where you come from. I understand the realities of influence, but despite those realities, personal background shouldn't override corporate process. Spare me the LinkedIn speech, Chris. You want this project to happen, then learn your place. And your place is wherever I say it is. Mr. Orville, I'm not trying to challenge you. I'm simply saying that as a representative of Zeta Solutions, I'm obligated to communicate through official channels and confirm decisions properly. You're skating on thin ice, kid. You think you sound professional, but all I hear is insubordination. And let me tell you, that tone doesn't play well with people like me, people who matter. I'm only trying to maintain professionalism. No, you're trying to act like you're on my level, and that's not how this works, not in my world. Mr. Orville, if I may be frank, I have to point out that I'm familiar with your company's policies, and you simply do not have the authority you claim. You think I'm bluffing? Let me let you in on a little company lore. Your CEO? Yeah, he used to be my dad's errand boy. Like, actually, I'm talking get me my coffee, where are the reports I asked you for level. My dad said jump, he asked how high. Is that so? I wasn't aware of that history. Oh, it's very real. And you know what that means? It means your whole operation only exists because we allow it to. You owe us big time. Your CEO wouldn't even have his chair if my father hadn't propped him up like a ventriloquist dummy. Even if that were true, I don't believe personal favors from the past justify the way you're conducting yourself now. Don't play naive. This is business, not a church picnic. Loyalty, favors, power, that's how things get done. So let's say, for example, I put in a phone call to my dad and ask him to get you removed from the project. You'd have your precious little lead role ripped away from you in a heartbeat. I'm not sure I follow. You're asking to have me removed? You're damn right I am. You're a problem. You talk too much, ask too many questions, act like you've got some kind of authority. I'm done wasting time on you. I see. And who would you like to have replace me? I'm glad you asked. You remember that girl you dragged to the first meeting? The young and cute one who had that tight little pantsuit on? You know who I'm talking about. What was her name? I believe you're referring to Kaori. Kaori was attending for training purposes. She's no longer assigned to this division. Then unassign her. Rescind the transfer. I don't care how you do it. I want her running point from now on. I'm afraid that's not possible. Well, you'd better make it possible fast because it's her or the deal's off. She completed her training rotation and was permanently reassigned to a regional branch. She's no longer based at headquarters. So bring her back. Put her back on this. I don't care if she's working out of a snow-covered cabin in Alaska. Fly her in. Set her up in a hotel. I want her. Mr. Orville, this isn't a buffet where you pick and choose what looks appealing. We assign based on role, capacity, and availability, not based on personal preference. Spare me the corporate handbook speech. I don't want you, and I definitely don't want some middle-aged lifer who's gonna bury me in spreadsheets. I want Kaori, and I want her now. She's a junior employee, and again, she's not stationed here anymore. How many times do I have to tell you? I don't give a damn where she is. You want this collaboration? Put her on the lead. With all due respect, no. That would be inappropriate, unreasonable, and unprofessional on every level. You want to talk inappropriate? I'll tell you what's inappropriate. Sending me someone who can't even carry a conversation without quoting policy. I don't want policy. I want eye candy. And that Kaori was the sweetest thing I've seen in the office in years. I'd caution you not to cross the line into harassment. Harassment? Oh, don't be so dramatic. I like working with people I enjoy. Sue me. She's bright, she's easy to talk to, and let's not pretend here she's extremely easy on the eyes. That's rare these days. That is absolutely not an acceptable reason to request a personnel change. You know what your problem is? You take things too seriously. I gave you the easiest out in the world. Swap the girl in and I let the project live. I even ignore the attitude you've been flinging around like confetti, but no, you want to play the hero. This isn't about being a hero. It's about maintaining boundaries and doing what's right for the team and the work. We don't barter people like poker chips. No wonder you're in a subcontractor seat. You've got no sense of leverage. I'm not interested in trading ethics for convenience. You know what? I don't have time for this. Here's what's going to happen. Until you give me a clear, unqualified yes, I'm not responding to a single message from you. Not one. Consider this conversation frozen. And as I've repeatedly stated, those terms are simply not acceptable. Then you better get used to radio silence, because I'm not reading another damn thing you send until I see her name in bold at the top of the thread. Good luck with your dead-in-the-water proposal, Chris. You had your chance.
Chris, how are things going on the Zeta Hyzet collaboration front? I heard there's been some friction.
Yeah, I was just about to message you. It's gotten messy. I'll send over the mid-project status report tomorrow, but I can give you a preview now.
Go ahead. What happened?
Well, Orville Jr. is demanding that Kaori be reassigned as lead. As in, he literally said, "Give me the girl or the deal's off."
What?
It started right after the initial proposal meeting. He was staring at her the whole meeting. He didn't even look at the documents. I didn't catch it at first, but after today, it's obvious. He refuses to reply to anything unless we agree to bring her back.
Well, that's outrageous. Let me guess. He's a legacy hire?
We young'uns call those people Nepo babies these days, but yeah, brought in through family consideration, but with a boundary in place. He was assigned to the planning division instead of sales to avoid overlap with his father. But clearly that separation means nothing in practice.
Of course it doesn't. That kind of setup is always performative. If he's leveraging family connections to force staffing decisions on a partner company, we're in deep water.
It's worse than that. He openly admitted he only entertained the proposal because he liked the way Kaori looked. He called her eye candy and insisted I remove myself.
So he's using personal obsession to interfere with a formal collaboration? Oh, wonderful. Well, that's not just unprofessional, it's reputationally dangerous. If this escalates, we won't be the only ones who look bad.
I know. I've held the line so far, but if he keeps blocking communication, the project stalls completely. I'll do what I can from our end to keep it stable.
No, don't handle this alone. I'll speak directly with the director of the collaboration team and get a read on how much they actually know. Leave the rest to me for now.
Thanks. And just a heads up, he threatened to go to his dad if I didn't cooperate, so I'd brace for some drama on the sales side, too.
Let him try. If the sales division wants to go to war over this, they're welcome to. But they should know I don't bluff.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that.
We'll sort it out eventually, but in the meantime, don't cave. No sudden reassignment, no changes to the proposal team. Understood?
Crystal clear.
Good. Let's keep this clean and discreet.
As always. Let's cut to the chase, shall we? It's been a month and I haven't heard a damn thing from you. So tell me right now, did you follow instructions and put Kaori in charge like I told you to? Good afternoon, Mr. Orville. I hope you're well. Regarding the collaboration, everything is proceeding according to schedule and as outlined in the last revision. There have been no delays on our end. Don't play diplomat with me, Newbury. I didn't ask about your precious schedule. I asked if you replaced yourself with Kaori like I demanded. I made it crystal clear, either she takes the lead or the deal is off. So is she running the show now or not? She is not. The leadership of the project has not changed. Unbelievable. You're actually standing there acting like this is still a negotiation. I told you exactly what needed to happen. You don't get to just ignore that and pretend the project's alive. With respect, the project is not only alive, but progressing smoothly. We've already passed the second milestone and are preparing for the integration phase by the end of the week. Everything is moving forward exactly as planned. That makes no sense. I explicitly said the project would not continue unless Kaori was reassigned. You don't get to act like I didn't set the terms. I gave you one condition, just one, and you still managed to screw it up. I understand that was your position, but your department head made the call to move forward. The collaboration has continued without interruption. She took over the oversight role internally and has been coordinating with us directly ever since. No, absolutely not. That's not how this works. She wouldn't just cut me out without saying a word. She knows who my father is. She knows exactly what kind of authority I hold. I can only speak to what's been officially communicated to Zeta. The directive came from your department head, and from our side, the transition was clear and professional. Don't give me that calm corporate tone. This is a damn coup. I said the deal was dead without Kaori. That was not a suggestion. That was a final word. And you went behind my back to keep it alive? Who gave you the right? Respectfully, no one had to go behind your back. The decision came from your own leadership. I had nothing to do with the reassignment. I simply followed the new chain of communication. You're gonna regret this. The minute I speak to her, I'll be back in charge. And this little power grab you pulled, it's gonna blow up in your face. And when I'm reinstated, the first thing I'm gonna do is get Kaori back on this project. You got that? Before you pursue that conversation, there's something you should probably know. Oh, what now? Another excuse? What is it this time? Is she allergic to email? Kaori is married. What? She was married when she joined the company, and she remains married now. It wasn't relevant to her initial role, which is likely why you weren't aware. But given the personal nature of your prior demands, I think it's time that fact was acknowledged. You gotta be kidding me! She was just a trainee! Are you seriously standing there and telling me she had a husband that whole time? Yes, she did. It wasn't a secret. It just wasn't something that came up in a professional setting, until now. You know what? I don't care if she's married, divorced, or dating the Pope. That doesn't change a damn thing. She's my type, period. And when I want something, I make it happen. That's how it works when you've got real weight in this industry. Mr. Orville, I need to stop you right there. That kind of language is completely inappropriate and entirely unacceptable in a professional setting. Oh, shut up. You think you get to lecture me now? You're a subcontractor, a temp with a keyboard. You don't get to tell me what's acceptable. You should be thanking me for even letting you stay in the conversation. For the record, the reassignment of project oversight wasn't just a departmental choice. It came directly from HiZet's executive vice president. She is fully aware of the nature of your conduct. What? The EVP? Who the hell dragged that woman into this? It wasn't difficult. She reviewed the communications herself. Unbelievable. Kaori was a rare catch, all right? 1 in a million. I saw something in her, and yeah, I wanted to make it happen. I still do. You think I'm just gonna give that up because of some PR rule book? You just said on record that you were determined to get her. That alone qualifies as a serious compliance violation. Are you threatening me now? Really? You think you're gonna scare me with your little HR buzzwords? It's not a threat, it's just a fact. You know what? I've had enough of this power trip. If you don't walk this back, I'm going straight to your CEO. I'll tell them everything about how you disrespected me and sabotaged this partnership. You'll be out by the end of the week. That's going to be difficult, because I'm not just a subcontractor. Oh, please! What, are you gonna tell me you're secretly the janitor and the CFO? Let me ask you something. Do you recognize my last name? What, Newbury? Yeah, I've seen it on your emails. Sounds like a car dealership. So what? Tell me, do you know the name of your company's executive vice president? Of course I do. Trudy Newberry. Wait. Correct. Trudy Newberry, executive vice president of HiZet. She's also my mother. No way! And Kaori? She's my cousin. What? Which means, just to summarize, you attempted to pressure a married junior employee into working under you for personal reasons, tried to intimidate her colleague into compliance, and did so while unknowingly targeting the family of HiZet's executive leadership. You've got to be kidding me! I'm not, and there's more. I graduated top of my class from Langford University with dual degrees in corporate law and operations strategy. 6 months ago, I was named HiZet's next CEO. The board approved it unanimously. That can't be right! You're at Zeta! You've been working under me! I've spent the last year embedded at Zeta Solutions through an executive field immersion program. My mother and the board arranged it so I could understand our vendor relationships from the ground up before I take full control. Only a few people at the top were informed. They've got to be out of their minds! This is insane! Not insane, strategic, and as it turns out, extremely necessary. We'd received multiple complaints from vendors about unethical conduct from certain High-Z employees. This collaboration was designed as a pressure test. You, Mr. Orville, delivered the evidence we needed to pursue punitive termination for both you and your father. You mean you set me up? You set yourself up. All I had to do was watch you implode. You can't do this! You can't take me and my dad down over this! You don't have that kind of power! Not yet, anyway! Actually, I do. A formal report has already been filed with the Ethics Board and legal. Effective the end of this month, both you and your father will be terminated for cause. Your access will be revoked within 48 hours. No, this is all a mistake! You don't understand! This can't happen! If you're currently managing any open deliverables or client threads, I suggest you begin the handoff process. You still have a few days to exit with minimal damage. You can't do this to me! I didn't do anything to you, Mr. Orville. You did it to yourself. As expected, both the Orvilles, father and son, were terminated by the end of the month. Mrs. Orville didn't take kindly to that. She filed for divorce, cut contact, and left them to fend for themselves. It didn't go well for the two men after that. Turns out, when you've spent your entire life coasting on someone else's effort, basic survival becomes a real challenge. Cooking, cleaning, even operating a washing machine, forget it. They moved into a dingy 2-room apartment, and within weeks, their hygiene, their meals, even their clothes all fell apart. They had no jobs, no income, and no idea how to function. The final insult came when they tried to apply at Zeta with identical cover letters, falsified credentials, and desperation oozing through every sentence. I recognized them instantly and sent the applications back with a single sticky note attached. Nice try, we're not hiring you. And that was the last I ever heard from them.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Seems like life must be so wonderful for you since you get to eat all of that delicious-looking food every day. Why did my son have to end up with such a useless wife? Well, I've had enough. Go ahead and continue doing whatever you want around him. Hold on 1 minute, Barbara. What are you going on about right now? Did something happen to set you off? Oh, don't try and play dumb with me. I have known about this all along. About the real person that you are. The real person that I am? I'd really like to know what's going on here. I've been quiet about this for a long time now. I just wanted to let my son stay happy and not cause any problems for him. But now I've had enough and will not forgive you for the way you've acted. I know that as long as you're with him, I will never be able to see the son that I once knew. Huh? Are you talking about that? But I had assumed you already knew that we both couldn't have any kids. And that's because you are defective. Excuse me? You're infertile, making it that you can't have any babies. And since you can't do anything properly, go ahead and just take my son away from me. I have had enough of you. I feel bad having to let him go with you, but I have no other choice. What did you hear from Nicholas that's made you start acting this way? From what I remember, the one that is infertile happens to be your son. Did he not tell you that he was the one that can't make any babies? Stop talking about things that could never be true, okay? I made sure that he was raised to never have any defects like you. He was able to eat good and healthy foods and exercised all the time. So you really think you can just push the issue of being infertile onto him? It's not that simple, though. I've gone and had myself examined as well to see if there was anything wrong with me, and the doctor told me that I'm perfectly fine. So that only leaves Nicholas as the one that could have something up with himself.
Stop lying to me! Never blame my son for the problems you have, especially when he's the one that's always been there to care for you.
I'm sorry, but I don't think this conversation is getting anywhere. What do you even mean by Nicholas being the one that's always there for me?
You rely on him for everything, right? Everything! He makes you all that delicious food, and he is there to always get all the chores done. He's even given you both a wonderful place to live. And the cherry on top is him allowing you to marry him even though you're defective.
There's just one thing I have to say. The one that's making all the food here and cleaning the place is me. And if anything, I have never seen your son even try to help around the house. What made you think that he was the one that ran this house like you've come to believe?
What was that? Candace, what makes you think it's a good thing to lie to your mother-in-law?
Seriously? What about anything I just said is a lie?
I told you what I have known about this the whole time. You may have been trying your best to hide it all from me, but I know everything. You don't even work a job of your own, instead going out to play all the time. And my poor baby has to be the one to do everything to care for you.
Really? And who has been the one telling you that?
The only person that would know. My son. But my son is a wonderful little man. He's always telling me there's nothing he can do about it, and that he just has to keep acting like the adult. It's so heartbreaking to have to see him fall into your trap.
Understood. So it's been Nicholas telling you all of this. And then you chose to just believe everything he told you about us?
What are you trying to say? Are you so surprised now to see that everything you tried so hard to hide has been uncovered? Well, I get it. That would leave me pretty speechless as well. I mean, you had tried so hard to have him keep his mouth shut and everything, right?
So this all happened to come out of Nicholas's mouth then? Well, now I understand the whole picture. But tell me, do you not have a single doubt about anything he's told you? Do you really think I'm the kind of woman that lives such a disgusting lifestyle next to him?
Oh, so even you can see how horrible you are. This is all natural, right? I've never once heard my son tell any lies, so I'd never even think for 1 second that he might be lying to me.
Is that so? Well, that's a true surprise.
I'm the one that's really surprised by all of this. I want the witch that can't even give birth to a single child to leave him right now.
Is that what you want? Well, I understand. I'll let your son know about this. Where are you messing around at right now? It's a bit late out now for there to be any business still open looking to hire anyone. Can you tell me where you've run off to looking for an interview at this time?
I was just thinking about contacting you. I had just finished a difficult interview, and I'm now pretty exhausted. And so I've gone out to see one of my old friends. So I'm just having a couple drinks with them.
Is that so? You sure you're not at some casino or anything right now?
Huh? What are you talking about? I've never been to any casinos in my life, right?
But I could have sworn that a little while back I found a coupon from one of the casinos downtown in your suit pocket. Was that not a coupon for a free spin on a slot machine?
Are you serious? What are you talking about? I don't remember anything about getting some coupon like that. By the way, are you telling me you've been looking through the pockets of my clothing? That's a little bit strange if you ask me.
Don't try to derail the conversation, okay? You came home and threw your suit on the ground before passing out. And so I made sure to put it away properly so that it wouldn't become wrinkled up. What is with that attitude you have? I assumed you'd be thankful for me having done that for you.
I get it already. You're so dang annoying. So what about that? I'm drinking right now, so I don't have time to listen to you bicker.
I got a text from your mom. I just wanted to know what all you've been telling her about us.
Huh? A text from my mom? What did she say to you?
What do you think she would have said to me? I'm the one asking the questions here, after all.
I have no idea what she would have said, and that's why I'm asking. Stop wasting my time and tell me.
Then you'd better be honest with me about everything. You told her that I'm the one that's infertile, right?
Oh, come on, you want to talk about this? You know that that's the truth, right? You're never able to get pregnant, so we've had to give up on having kids. So I made sure to let my mom know about all of that.
Listen, I think I've told you this plenty of times now. I am not the one that's infertile. Rather, you are the one. You haven't even had yourself examined yet, right?
I've never heard a thing about men ever being the ones to be infertile. And either way, I could care less about actually having any kids or not. So is this all that big of a deal to you? What? Why are you so upset right now?
Connor, why do you think I'd be upset right now when I'm the only one that's looked into not being able to get pregnant?
What does it matter? It's not like I told your mom about this. I just wanted to make myself look good in front of my mom by telling her that. If anything, you should be thankful for me going out of my way to tell my mom the sad news.
This isn't about telling your mom or not. She came to me complaining about all my defects because of what you told her, and then ended our conversation by asking me to divorce you.
I should have known. Well, don't worry about that. You don't have to listen to what my mom says to you. I'm sure she's just upset because her cute little boy was taken away from her. And learning that she won't have any grandkids now must have really rubbed her the wrong way, right?
You told her more than just that, though. Because of you telling her that you're the one that cooks and cleans the house, she started to picture me as a total loser. Why did you have to say things like that to her?
This is becoming such a bother. I told my mom to keep to herself about all of this, and she told everything to you anyway.
What do you mean by that?
About how I've been the one doing all the chores in the house, and I'm the one that brings in the money for us. If I didn't tell her that, she'd be all up in my business about us. I told you that I have to make myself look good for her, right? So I just used all my time talking with her to make you seem a little less wife-like is all.
Huh? You think it's okay to make up things about me just to make yourself look better?
I told you already that I'm not telling your mom about any of this, so you shouldn't get all worked up. You're still a wonderful woman to her, and that's all that matters.
But because of what you've done, your mom hates me. That's not okay, Nicholas. Now she's going to keep hammering me with complaints until I've left you. And the funny thing is, if I were to leave you, she'd be left with the real loser.
I get it. I'll tell my mom to stop talking with you about any of that from now on.
That's not the problem here, though. Since you've told her all that, when you get home tonight, you're going to be the one to finish up the chores. If you're going to be the real loser, I'd like you to at least find a job, and then you can continue messing around. I'll make sure to hand in these divorce papers that were left on the desk. Thanks for getting this all taken care of for me. Oh, so you've taken that with you then? By the way, didn't I tell you this before? It is not at all acceptable to go into someone else's home by yourself and go through their fridge and fish through their things while they're not even home. Huh? Why are you saying things like that to your own mother-in-law? I was just over to make sure everything was going okay between you two. But of course, the real reason was to make sure that my son wasn't in any other trouble with his disgusting wife. Making sure he was okay, huh? What if it's the opposite and you haven't been watching over him enough? I think you'd be better off looking even closer at what your son's been up to. It doesn't matter what you have to say about us anymore. Because I'm about to hand in these papers and have you divorced from my son. So that's okay with you? Well, just be aware that you'll no longer be getting $3,000 a month from me anymore. I'm sure you already know about that though, right? Huh? It's my son that's been the one sending me $3,000 every month. Funny to think that you're trying to get away with telling me a weak lie like that. Oh, so that's also a part of what he's led you to believe. I know that he's the one making money in your house. I'm just glad that after this, he'll finally be away from the defective and fraudulent woman that is you. All right, then. Well, I'm going to stop caring for you now. You don't have to lie to me anymore, Candace. Just know that you'll soon find out who's been the real one lying to you this whole time.
Hey, Candace, where are you right now? Hurry up and come back here as soon as you can.
Who is this?
Why are you playing dumb with me? This is your mother-in-law, Barbara, asking you to come back.
I don't have a mother-in-law, though. I had gotten a divorce from my ex-husband and no longer have any connection to him.
Come on, you don't have to talk about things like that anymore, right? Just know that I've thought a lot of things through after you left. I see now that what you had been telling me was the truth all along. And now that I understand that, I'm fine with you coming back to us.
Huh? What are you talking about right now? I assumed that everything to do with the two of you wouldn't matter anymore, so I forgot all about it. It would help me if you could explain to me everything that you're going on about right now.
I'm talking about the $3,000 you said you were giving to me each month. And this month it'd be really helpful to have that $3,000. So come back to us and give me that money right away.
Ah, you're talking about that. Of course I have to say no.
What?
Come on now. You can't be saying what to me that way, right? Why do you think I have to come back to you and give you more money after calling me a loser and a disgusting wife?
Wait, Candace, what's gotten into you? You seem to have changed into a completely different woman.
I've always been this kind of a woman, but kept it hidden from you. So, have you finally come around to realizing that it's your own son that's the disgusting loser?
I don't want to have to call him something like that, but you're right. I never thought that he'd be the one to be the real loser. When I found out that after the divorce he still hadn't found a job yet, I felt like I'd just been stabbed.
Well, like mother, like son, right? Back then I had been pretty busy myself with work and chores, but you coming to me to complain about everything that wasn't true finally helped me open my eyes to what was going on. I am so thankful that you helped me break free from that horrible man you call your son.
Oh, don't say something like that. Both my son and I really think of you as part of our family. And listen, there's still the house that you and Nicholas lived in, so come on back to it.
Ah, about the house and the car as well. Both of those are things that I own, and so I'm going to be selling them. So please get out of there as soon as you can.
Huh?
You can't be serious, Barbara. You really think you could get away with thinking Nicholas was really the man he made you think he was? I'm sorry, but you were fooled by him, and now you're going to have to pay for playing into his lies.
Wait a second. If you do something like that, where is he going to live?
I don't care. I couldn't care less about what happens to him after the house has been sold. And before you continue to worry about him, shouldn't you be worried about what'll happen to you? You won't have any more money coming from me, and I'm sure that your loser son won't be handing anything over to you. You won't be able to pay for the house you live in anymore, right?
I know that, so please, I'll get on my hands and knees to apologize for all of this as long as you just come back to us. That boy can't even cook or clean, so I'm really going to be screwed with him. So please come back and save me.
I am neither your housemaid nor your guys' ATM. If you're so worried about money, why don't you just shut up and find a job? It's that simple, Barbara. You believed your terrible son and everything he lied to you about to put me down and make me feel useless. So no apology from you, no matter how hard you try, is going to do anything to make me feel sorry for you two. After that, I completely stopped responding to anything Barbara tried to say to me. I didn't care if she called, texted, or sent long-winded apologies. I was done. I went ahead and blocked her number entirely, just to make sure I'd never have to see another pathetic excuse or manipulative message from her again. And just like that, the constant annoyance that had been hanging over my life disappeared. It was like clearing a storm out of the sky. As for Barbara, things quickly took a turn for the worse. She was forced to move out of her beautiful, expensive home, and when Nicholas lost both the house and the car to new buyers, they were left stranded with almost nothing. The two of them, so arrogant, so self-assured, now had to walk a much harder road together. Since they share the same toxic traits, maybe living through their own personal version of hell will finally teach them something. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Miss Unemployed. Are you awake, sleepyhead?
I'm awake. Also, I'm working right now.
There she goes again, pretending to be all busy doing her fake job.
Okay, seriously, how many times do I have to explain remote work to you? Have you even tried understanding it?
Relax. Of course I know what remote work is. It's when actual employees do their job from home, right?
Then why do you keep calling me unemployed?
Because remote work and being a NEET are clearly not the same thing. Duh.
Exactly. That's why I keep telling you. I am a full-time employee. My department switched to remote work setup.
You're right, liar, liar, pajama pants on fire. You were assigned to the factory floor, remember? What, are you building machines from your bedroom now?
That was during the training period when I first joined. I'm in a totally different department now. Desk work, at home, legit.
Sure, keep telling yourself that. Still sounds like neat behavior to me. Meanwhile, I'm out here thriving, working part-time and honing my bride-to-be skills. Living my best, most meaningful life.
Ugh. You know what, fine, say whatever you want. I really do need to get back to work.
Oh, totally. Back to that very intense gaming session, right? So sorry for interrupting your neat lifestyle with real-world noise. My bad.
You are hopeless. Bye.
Don't work too hard. Or wait, do work, if you can call it that.
Hey, Maddie, what the hell is going on? I just got back and the house is practically empty. There's nothing here except my suitcase and a couple boxes. Furniture's gone, closets are stripped bare. I tried calling Mom and Dad, no answer. Can you explain this?
Oh hey, look who finally came crawling back. Thea the globe-trotting NEET. Back from your 2-week vacation of doing absolutely nothing, I assume?
It wasn't a vacation. I told you before, it was a business trip.
Yeah, right. A business trip for a girl who works from home. Sweetheart, you can stop pretending. No one's buying that remote work fairy tale anymore.
Unbelievable. How many times do I have to tell you? I do have a job. I am still a full-time employee. My department went remote last year, you know that? Just because I don't clock into a factory doesn't mean I'm unemployed.
Aw, poor deluded Thea. Still clinging to that excuse, huh? You quit your job ages ago. We all saw it. You stopped leaving your room. You didn't even come out for dinner some nights. That's not what working professionals do. That's what NEETs do.
You really just decided that, didn't you? Like the moment I wasn't physically going into an office anymore, you made up your mind. Nothing I say now will ever change it, will it?
Exactly. You finally get it. So why bother pretending anymore? I mean, come on, it's honestly kind of pathetic at this point.
You know what? Forget it. Let's go back to the actual issue. Why is the house empty? Where is everything?
Oh, right. Guess you were gonna find out sooner or later. So here it is. We moved out. Me, Mom, and Dad. We're gonna whole new place, nice and cozy. No freeloaders allowed.
You what?
Yep. And just to clarify, when I say we, I mean the family. That doesn't include you.
Are you serious? You moved without me?
Ding, ding, ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. We finally got tired of carrying dead weight. Consider this a little push out of the nest. A lesson in adulting, or maybe a punishment.
Punishment for what?
For quitting your job, for becoming a shut-in, for draining everyone's patience, for acting like you were still part of this family when you clearly weren't pulling your weight.
You really believe that, don't you? That I just sat around doing nothing?
Believe it? Girl, I watched it. Every day. You in your pajamas at 2 p.m. playing games and ignoring reality. Don't insult my intelligence.
So instead of talking to me, you all decided to disappear? Like, just vanish and leave me to come home to this?
Pretty much. We figured it was the only way to snap you out of your little fantasy. And hey, now you get to prove us wrong, right? Go get a job, pay some bills, be a grown-up. Or just stay here and cry. Up to you. Where did you even go? Nice try, not telling. Wouldn't want a surprise visit from our resident NEAT. I don't care about your new address. I'm just wondering how you pulled it off. You guys blow through money like it's nothing. So how'd you suddenly afford a move like this? That's a fun little secret, too. Let's just say Dad had a motivation fund stored up for emergencies. And you were the emergency. You're joking. Nope. Oh, almost forgot. Mom and Dad left you a message. Want to hear it? Go ahead. Ahem. We've grown exhausted watching you give up on life. You quit your job, isolated yourself, and refused to communicate. We have no obligation to support someone who's given up. So we made the difficult choice to move on without you. Take care of yourself. You're on your own now. And the cherry on top, they've listed the house. It's being sold. So you've got 10 days, maybe less. Better start packing.
Wow. You really went all in on this. No discussion, no warnings, just abandonment.
Think of it as liberation. We're free, you're free. Everybody wins.
You know what? Fine. Maybe I should have seen this coming. You never liked the fact that I started doing things my own way. It always bothered you that I didn't need constant validation, didn't need to show off every little achievement. You hated that I made it work, quietly. So this wasn't about me failing. This was about you needing me to fail so you could feel superior.
Ooh, is this your deep monologue moment? Save it for your diary, hun. You were a burden, not a martyr.
You and I both know the truth. And one day, when all your smug little lies fall apart, when Mom and Dad are tired of pretending you're some perfect daughter, when life stops being fun and you need help, you'll remember this moment. And I won't be there.
Please, keep the dramatics. We're done here. Officially. No more calls, no more texts, no more handouts. You wanted independence, right? Well, here it is. Enjoy it.
I will. More than you know.
Thea! Hey, can I talk to you for a second? Where are you right now? You're not answering your phone. I've called twice.
Wow. You're still as loud and chaotic as ever. What do you want?
Oh, thank God, your phone still works. I wasn't sure if it would or if you'd blocked me. Anyway, where are you living now?
Why do you care?
Because when I went to the old house today, you weren't there. No sign of you, no clue where you'd gone. So yeah, I'm asking, where are you?
Seriously? You're the one who told me to get out. Told me the house was being sold and I had no right to stay. I just did what you all demanded. I moved out.
Okay, yeah, about that. The truth is, we kind of got kicked out of the place we moved into.
Oh, really? Well, that's so unfortunate.
Look, it's not what you think. We were staying at Uncle's place, all right? The one overseas? He's been on assignment for a few years, so we figured...
Wait, you mean that huge house with the massive garden and the fountain out front?
Yeah, that one. He wasn't supposed to come back for 3 more years, so we thought it'd be fine, just temporary. But 2 days ago, he walked through the door while we were eating dinner. Didn't even say hi, just screamed red in the face, "Get out!" And that was it. We were thrown out right then and there.
Huh. So let me guess. You had the spare key since Dad used to water the plants when Uncle was away, right? You figured why not take advantage of it and just move in?
Well, yeah, that's more or less what happened.
Wow. So you really just made yourselves at home in someone else's house. Didn't even tell him. And you're shocked he lost it?
Okay, we messed up. I get it. But right now, we don't have anywhere to go. So please, just tell me your address already.
Why?
Are you seriously going to play dumb? We are homeless right now. We don't have any place to stay. You're the only one we can turn to. Even if it's a gross little apartment you're living in now as a washed-up ex-NEAT, we'll deal with it. We're willing to tolerate it, okay? So just tell me.
Yeah, that's not happening.
What? Why the hell not?
Because I live in a company dormitory. It's employee-only housing.
Hold on. Company dorm? Wait, you got a job? Then that means... Oh my God, see, I knew it. It worked. You finally got off your butt because of us. Us kicking you out was the wake-up call you needed. That means you owe us for where you are now. So in return, you can help us out with a place to stay.
You're unbelievable. I've been working at the same company ever since I graduated.
Excuse me? No, you quit. You went full-on neat, remember?
For the 100th time, I was working remotely. It's called a laptop and an internet connection. But I guess that's too futuristic for you.
Oh, please, if you're gonna throw that around, prove it.
Ask our uncle.
What?
I ran into him the other day. Well, turns out my company has ties with his. F Corporation, right? I was there on official business. Guess who I bumped into just after he landed back in Japan? We exchanged business cards. He was very interested in the one with my name and job title on it.
Wait, so you weren't a NEET?
Nope. Never were, never was. Maybe if you actually listened to something other than your own voice, you'd have picked up on that. Or maybe your comprehension skills are just shot. Do you even understand English anymore? You good?
Shut up! This isn't the time for your smug attitude. We seriously don't know what to do about housing. What are we supposed to do now?
I don't know. Rent a new place?
We can't!
Why not?
I mean, it's complicated, okay?
Let me guess. Dad still refuses to adapt to technology. He didn't want to do remote work, so he forced his team to do everything manually, piled all the digital tasks onto someone else. Company operations fell apart, clients left, and boom, major losses. Eventually they fired him. No severance, no benefits. Which means no money to rent an apartment.
How the hell do you know that?
Oh, right. Forgot to mention, my boyfriend works at the same company as Dad. News travels fast.
You what? You have a boyfriend since when?
For a while now. Unlike you, I don't feel the need to broadcast my personal life to the world every 5 seconds.
Are you freaking kidding me? Why is it that you get to have the perfect life? The job, the dorm, the boyfriend, the future? What the hell happened? Why did everything fall apart for us and somehow go great for you?
You really want the answer?
Yes!
Because you never listened. Because you were so wrapped up in your own narrow view of the world, you couldn't accept a reality that didn't match your assumptions. You thought you were punishing me by kicking me out, but all you did was give me peace. Meanwhile, you took advantage of people, you squatted in a house that wasn't yours, you got kicked out by family, and now, shocker, you've got nowhere to go. Everything you're suffering now, that's just the consequences of your own arrogance.
Please, Thea, can't you help us? Just this once?
Excuse me?
We have nowhere left to go. It's me and Mom and Dad. We're desperate. Please, just for a few days, let us stay. We're still family, right?
Family? That's rich. Weren't you the one who said I wasn't part of the family anymore? Didn't you all agree I was nothing but dead weight?
Oh, that was a mistake. We were trying to help you. We didn't know. We didn't understand.
No, you didn't care to understand. You didn't want to. You were so desperate to paint me as the problem, you never stopped to consider whether you might be the ones in the wrong.
Please, I'm begging you, don't abandon us like this.
That's exactly what you did to me. Remember? You told me I was on my own. You sold the house, you cut me off. You celebrated when I was left with nothing. You wanted me gone. Well, now it's your turn.
Thea!
I have a life now. A stable job, a future. And I don't need you dragging me back into that toxic mess. You burned the bridge. Don't expect me to rebuild it for you.
Wait, Thea! Please, just wait a sec.
Goodbye, Maddie. And good luck. You're going to need it. Sometime later, my parents and younger sister suddenly showed up at my workplace completely uninvited. The absurdity of the situation was hard to process. They barged in with some twisted idea of a dramatic confrontation, believing they could force me to listen, to return, or perhaps to shame me into submission. But what they didn't realize, what they never took the time to understand, was that the department they stormed into wasn't even where I worked anymore. It was the production messaging department, the one I had trained in when I first joined the company. I had told them months ago that I was now with a team that works mostly remotely. Apparently, they either didn't listen or didn't care to remember. That moment hit me harder than I expected. Standing there, hearing from my coworkers how my family had just walked in demanding to see me, it struck me all at once. They really, truly had not changed. After everything that had happened, after the damage they caused, after the separation, they still didn't bother to learn a thing about me. It was disheartening. Not because they came, I'd half expected them to eventually, but because even in their effort to confront me, they still didn't see me for who I really was. I wasn't their puppet anymore. I was their fallback plan or their emotional punching bag. But they showed up like it was still the old dynamic, as if nothing had changed. Thankfully, my company already knew the gist of the situation. When I had moved into the employee dormitory, I gave HR a quiet but honest explanation of my background, just enough so they'd be prepared in case my family ever tried something like this. So when they arrived and caused a scene, the factory manager was the one who dealt with them, and I will always be grateful for that man. From what I heard, he sat them down and scolded them thoroughly, calmly but firmly. He made it clear that their actions were inappropriate, that their behavior was disruptive, and more importantly, that their access to me was over. Then he sent them on their way. But it didn't end there. My uncle, who had always been a quiet but practical man, apparently saw this as a turning point. He knew that if something didn't change, my parents and sister would try to chase me down again, maybe at my home, maybe elsewhere. To prevent that, he found them a live-in job opportunity far from the city. Now the three of them lived together in a 200-square-foot room in a small hot spring town, working basic jobs that include maintenance and light cleaning. It's humble work, and the pay reflects that. Combined, their income doesn't even reach half of what my father used to make during his salaryman days. They're scraping by, barely, and while I don't wish hardship on anyone, I can't help but feel a sense of distance, of closure. I finally understand that my life no longer has to revolve around them, and maybe theirs can no longer revolve around me. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Yo, Stefan! Wait, Cameron? Man, this beer hits different in the middle of the day. So good! You're day drinking again, seriously? What about you? Where are you right now? Work? I'm in the office, where normal people go during the week. Whoa, look at you, the model corporate slave. Salute, my dude. I wouldn't say I'm a slave. I've got decent hours. If you're working, you're already a slave. It's that simple. Oh no, here we go. You're bringing back your old working is losing slogan? Damn straight. The whole man goes out to work, woman stays home and cooks thing is outdated. Now it's our time. The future belongs to guys like me, pampered and proud, living off hard-working women. That's the new era, baby. So, basically, you want to be a house husband? Whoa, hold on, that term? Way too lame, doesn't suit me at all. If we have to label it, I'd say I'm a modern-day gigolo. The gigolo. Get with the times, Stefan. That's not a gigolo, that's just a freeloader. Excuse me? I mean, you're already sponging off your dad, drinking in the middle of the day, no job, no plans, and now you're actively looking for a girlfriend who'll fund your lazy lifestyle? I hate to break it to you, but you're not exactly selling yourself as husband material here. What? You're gonna eat your words, my friend, because guess what? I found her! The woman who'll make my dream come true. Wait, what? You're serious? As serious as my lack of ambition, my dude. The gigolo era is about to begin in full force. Okay, first of all, please stop calling yourself that. It's embarrassing. Second, who on earth is this poor woman? You're jealous, huh? Admit it. Not even remotely. Well, you should be. Actually, you kind of helped make this happen, so props to you. What are you talking about? My girlfriend is, drum roll please, Amy! Amy? As in Max's little sister, Amy? The one and only, who else? You're dating Amy. You know she's got a good job, yeah, but are you actually serious about her? Ooh, somebody's panicking! No, not panicking, just trying to wrap my head around this. Doesn't matter what you think. Amy and I, we're in love. You, my friend, are just an outsider, so stay in your lane and keep your comments to yourself. All right, if you say so. Anyway, I gotta bounce. Got a hot date with my sugar queen. And yeah, in case you were wondering, it's gonna be one of those nights. Hope you enjoy crying yourself to sleep while I'm living the dream. Wait, why would I be crying? Come on, man, no need to pretend. I know deep down you're jealous of my lavish, carefree, woman-funded lifestyle. Right. Oh, Amy's texted me. She's waiting at the cafe. Gotta keep my queen happy. Catch you later, corporate slave. Aha. Still doesn't explain how she hasn't seen through you yet. Pfft, that's the magic, baby. You wouldn't get it. This guy. Still the same delusional drunk I've known for years. Poor Amy. She has no idea what she's gotten herself into. Yo! Bro, are you serious right now? What is it this time? You're still going ahead with your wedding plans? Yeah, of course I am. I'm getting married. Oh my god, you're actually going through with it? This is gold! Why is that funny? What exactly do you think is so weird about it? Dude, you don't have a bride! What? Amy's mine, buddy. I claimed her. You missed your shot. Are you drunk again? Maybe. What gave it away? I mean, you've clearly had more than a few. It's kind of amazing you don't end up in the ER at this rate. Please, I'm built different. I'm a tank. No, you're just a mess. Every time you drink, your brain turns into word salad. Say what now? You probably are with Amy right now, I'm guessing. But just because she earns more than you doesn't mean you get to ride on her back forever. She's got her own life to deal with, you know? Whoa, look at Mr. Responsible giving me a lecture. That's adorable. But newsflash, you're not her dad, so back off, man. I'm just saying, don't leech off her like it's your life mission. You're crossing into full-on embarrassing territory with that the gigolo stuff. Oh, shut up already. You're just salty because I'm living the dream and you're stuck slaving away in that soul-crushing job. Right, because being an unemployed freeloader is everyone's dream life. Damn straight it is. Get yourself a woman who works hard, and you can spend your days drinking beer and playing video games. That's the new success story, bro. Get with the program. I'll pass, thanks. Anyway, I need to get back to work. Oh, poor little overworked corporate drone. Off you go back to your cubicle cage. Grind away while I live like a king. You do realize that if Amy ever wakes up and realizes who you really are, this whole fantasy crashes down, right? She won't. I'm charming, irresistible even. Yeah, until she gets tired of funding your beer belly and figures out that the gigolo is code for dead weight. You're just mad because your fiancé ran off and I'm the one she chose. You still think that's what happened? Hey, I don't think, I know. Amy left your boring ass and came to me. I'm her wild card, her forbidden thrill, her upgrade. More like her financial liability. Whatever helps you sleep at night, bro. Meanwhile, I've got a queen waiting to wine and dine me. And you've got spreadsheets and status meetings. You're not half as clever as you think you are, Cameron. But sure, enjoy it while it lasts. It'll last forever, baby! We're building a future, a revolution! Starting with me never lifting a finger again! I'm logging off now. Later, loser! Don't forget to bow to your manager and thank him for the honor of being worked to death! Hey, Max. It's me, Steven. Sorry, are you still awake?
Yeah, I'm up. Is everything okay?
Kind of. This might sound like a weird question, but did you know that Amy is dating my brother?
Wait, what? My sister is dating your brother?
That's what he told me. And judging by how smug he sounded, I don't think he's making it up.
Wow. Okay. Do you want me to be honest?
Please, I already have a pretty good idea what you're thinking, so don't hold back.
Amy's... well, she has a history. Let's just say she's got a real talent for attracting the worst kind of guys.
You mean the whole magnet for losers kind of thing?
Exactly. Deadbeats, freeloaders, guys with alcohol issues. That's basically been her entire dating resume.
Then yeah, that checks out. That's definitely my brother.
Right. You've told me before how you constantly worry about him, how he drinks too much, can't hold a job, always causes trouble. And Amy, well, I've told her so many times that she needs to stop with this pattern. But you know how things are between us. We're not exactly best friends.
Yeah, you've mentioned that. I remember you said the two of you can barely have a conversation without it turning into a fight.
Exactly. So even when I try to say something, she just tunes me out. In one ear, out the other. It's like I'm invisible.
That sucks. But honestly, I get it. At some point, they're adults. They're going to do what they want, no matter what we say.
Yeah, that's how I'm starting to feel too. There's only so much interference we can run before it crosses into meddling.
Exactly. I guess we just keep an eye on it for now. Let them make their own mistakes.
Agreed. If it blows up, it blows up. I just hope Amy comes out of it okay this time.
Yeah, same here. Honestly, if this was anyone but my brother, I might have tried harder to stay out of it. But knowing him, I'm just bracing myself for the inevitable crash.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, she probably won't listen to him forever. Amy has this pattern. Once she realizes the guy's not changing, she cuts them off cold. Problem is, that realization always takes way too long.
That sounds exactly like the kind of ending I'm expecting here.
Just let me know if your brother does anything too crazy, okay? I might not get through to Amy, but I can still look out for her from a distance.
Will do. And hey, thanks. I wasn't sure how you'd take it. I know family stuff can get weird fast.
It is weird, but we're on the same team here. We both want to protect the people we care about, even if they don't make it easy.
Yeah. And, well, with everything else going on, I don't want this to mess up what we've got coming this weekend.
No worries. I've got my game face on. We're going to make this weekend awesome.
Thanks, Max. I mean it.
Always, Steven. We've got this.
Hey, Steven! So I hear today's your big wedding day? Yeah, that's right. I'm already at the venue. Without a bride? What the hell are you even doing there? Excuse me? Man, you are seriously pathetic. Clinging to her like this? It's actually kind of scary. So what's your plan, huh? What are you talking about? You're really gonna go through with a wedding when you don't even have a bride? For real? I still don't know what you're implying, but yes, of course I'm going through with it. Why wouldn't I? Wait, are you drunk again? Nah, sober for now. Then seriously, what are you rambling about? Wow, you really don't get it, huh? Nope, not a clue. Okay then, let me spell it out for you real slow. Your bride, she's pregnant with my kid. Boom! What? Amy's not coming to your little fantasy wedding, bro. She's mine now. Amy? Yup. In fact, guess what? We already submitted the marriage registration this morning. So yeah, your wedding, consider it canceled. Wait, you're saying Amy and I were supposed to be getting married? Duh! Amy's my wife now, which means she's not your bride anymore. So what's left for your big day, huh? No bride, no vows, no nothing. Congratulations, you played yourself. Okay, Cameron, listen. What, can't take it? Hurts, doesn't it? Amy told me herself she was sick of your smug salaryman attitude. Said I was way more exciting than some corporate drone. Cameron, my bride is Max. What? My fiancée. Her name is Max. She's Amy's older sister. Wait, what the hell are you saying? You're seriously marrying that woman? From the start, yes. It was never Amy, not even once. Max and I have been together since high school. We're each other's first love. Hold on. Max? You mean that Max who's got like 4 kids? You mean Amy's kids? Amy's kids, what? Yeah, Amy has 4 children. You did see them at the family dinner, right? No way. Wait, what? Amy's only 23. How could she possibly have 4 kids? She had her first when she was 17. Since then, she's had 4 children without ever getting married. No, that can't be right. To support them, she's been working as a hostess. Apparently, she's ranked number 2 at her club. Makes decent money, but with 4 mouths to feed, it's still a struggle. No, you're lying. Amy's a hotshot interior designer. She said so during the family introduction dinner. That's Max's job. Wait, what? Oh, right, you were drunk out of your mind that day, weren't you? You probably got it all mixed up. Amy being 23 made it easy to assume she couldn't be a mom of 4. So in your head, you just swapped all the details between the sisters. No, this can't be happening. So, congrats, I guess. Looks like you're about to be a father of 5. What? Amy's pregnant with your child, right? And since you just married her this morning, that makes you her new husband and an instant father figure to 4 kids, soon to be 5. Hold on, wait! No. I'm the modern bachelor, the gigolo. I don't work for a living. Well, you better start. Amy said she's quitting her hostess job now that she's married. What? So get ready, Dad. Those kids are gonna need food, clothes, school fees. You've got some serious responsibility coming your way. No, this can't be real. I didn't sign up for this. Too late. Anyway, we're about to start the ceremony. You and Amy should get here soon. How the hell do you expect me to show up in this situation? All right, suit yourself. Either way, best of luck. You're really gonna need it. After that, my older brother and Amy didn't show up to our wedding. Their absence was impossible to ignore. 2 glaringly empty seats right in the front row, saved specifically for family, sat untouched the entire ceremony. Guests whispered, speculating, trying to piece together what might have happened. But then, during the reception, when we made the sudden announcement that the 2 of them had gotten married, a strange hush fell over the room. And instead of the uproar or confusion I half expected, everyone just nodded, as if it all somehow made sense, as if they'd already suspected something was going on between the 2 of them all along. With that news out in the open, the rest of the day proceeded without a hitch. No more surprises, no more drama. Our wedding, despite the turbulence around it, ended peacefully. But in my heart, I couldn't help but feel that something strange had just begun. 6 months later, the 2 of them are still married. No scandal, no divorce. They're still going, though maybe not thriving. From what I've heard through the family grapevine, Amy managed to leverage her old hostess connections, people she knew back when she worked at the cabaret, to find my brother a job. Not a particularly glamorous one, but it paid. And in that sense, she'd taken on the role of his handler, his supervisor, maybe even his life coach. Some people joke that she's running a rehabilitation program for useless men, and my brother is her long-term project. But it's not funny when you really look at them. Amy isn't just managing his life, she's dominating it. Her true personality, which many of us never saw during the brief times we interacted with her before the marriage, has come to light in full force. She's a fiercely possessive woman, controlling even. Marriage seems to have unlocked this side of her. Now that she has a legal grip on my brother, she's not letting go. Not emotionally, not physically, not in any way. She dictates everything: his working hours, who he can speak to, where he goes on weekends, what he spends. From what I hear, even something as simple as going to a convenience store requires her approval. He no longer has any friends left to speak of. Most of them distanced themselves after seeing how unreachable he'd become. And those who stayed were quietly pushed out of his life, either by Amy directly or by the sheer emotional exhaustion of trying to keep in touch with someone who was clearly under someone else's thumb. The irony? My brother was never the responsible type. He always needed someone to guide him, to clean up his messes. He coasted through life depending on others to do the heavy lifting emotionally and financially. In that sense, Amy might have been the only one willing, or perhaps desperate enough, to take him on as a project. But now, seeing him like this, it doesn't feel like a love story. It feels like a long, slow erosion of who he used to be. Just a few days ago, I happened to spot him in town. It was completely by chance. I was on my way back from running errands when I saw a man pushing a large double stroller with 3 more kids clinging to his sleeves. It took me a moment to even recognize him. His shoulders were slumped, his face pale, dark circles under his eyes, and a distant, almost hollow look in his eyes. He didn't see me, didn't even glance up. He was too focused on managing the chaos of 5 young children, all screaming, fussing, pulling at him. He looked like someone whose soul had been vacuumed out of him, just surviving, existing. That moment stuck with me. For a long time, I stood there watching him disappear into the crowd, a man completely consumed by the life he'd ended up in. I wondered if he thought about leaving, if he'd ever tried, if he'd even believe he had the right to walk away anymore. Amy has him so tightly wrapped in rules and responsibilities that I doubt he remembers what it felt like to be free or to make choices for himself. And then there's Amy. Some say she genuinely loves him in her own twisted, authoritarian way. Others believe she married him because he was easy to mold, someone she could bend to her will. Maybe it's both. Maybe she wanted to build a life with someone, but only if she could dictate every part of it. If he resisted, maybe things would have fallen apart. But he never really had it in him to push back. He just fell into place like a puzzle piece in someone else's grand design. People on the outside see them and say things like, "They're still together, so it must be working." But that's not how I see it. Survival isn't the same as happiness, and staying together isn't the same as growing together. What I see is two people trapped in a loop, one driven by control, the other by inertia. The worst part? No one can reach him now. My parents tried. His old friends tried. Even I sent a message once or twice, but Amy always intercepts, always reroutes. She manages everything about his life down to his social circle. And if he sees our messages, we'll never know. He never replies, never reaches out, never asks for help. I don't even know if he remembers how. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
You're going to be here today, right? Everyone's really looking forward to seeing you here since it's been such a long time now. They all want to see what kind of horrible wife you've become after spending all that time avoiding everyone here.
Why would you say something like that? Have I done anything wrong?
I'm just speaking the truth is all. We all know that you don't care at all about your in-laws and that you'd rather be off on your own, only taking care of yourself, right? But thankfully, I am a very kind and thoughtful mother-in-law, which means that I'm going to forgive you for all of that. And to make sure you understand just how kind of a woman I am, I made sure that today everyone would be eating high-end filet mignon. And that's why all of my family is really looking forward to this gathering and to seeing you here. Since you're Brandon's wife, you're going to be filling your stomach up on all kinds of high-end salts, all right?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you never seem to be able to take a hint. You are nothing like the rest of my family, all right? It would be a waste of money letting you eat some of the finest meats that I can buy. So the only thing a stranger like you will be eating today is the steak salts that everyone else could care less about.
Really? Did you just call me a stranger?
Yes, I did. A terrible wife like yourself means nothing to my family, and that's why we can't even think of you as part of us. Ugh, why did my son ever end up marrying a woman like you in the first place? Besides, the fact that his wife is completely useless, he's a perfect man.
Is that right? Then forget about your allowance.
What?
If you're going to say that I'm not your family or anything anymore, then there's no reason for me to really be sending you any more money.
Huh? What are you talking about? To me, you're nothing more than a stranger, but to you, your in-laws should all still be considered your family. That's just common sense, right? So you have the responsibility as my son's wife to keep that money coming to us.
I completely understand your way of thinking, Patty, so please allow me to go and have a word with Adam about this.
Sure, go ahead. But that's not going to change anything for you. That boy will understand my way of thinking completely and won't let you get away with such a lawless action. Anyway, you'd better be at this family gathering today, May.
Adam, where are you right now?
I just finished up getting some things from the grocery store, and I'll be on my way home. What's going on?
I was just texting with your mom a second ago.
My mom, huh? I'm sure this isn't going to be good then, right?
Well, she started off by asking me if I'd be making it to the family gathering today. But then soon after that, she made it very clear to me that I'm not considered family to her.
Huh? She went that far with you now?
Yeah. She told me that to make her family all happy, she went and bought a bunch of really expensive filet mignon. But since she doesn't see me as a part of the family, the only thing I'll be allowed to eat is the steak salt.
Do you want to just stay home from that stupid event?
Honestly, I really don't want to go to that stupid event. But if I don't show up this time, then things will only become worse the next time around, right? I was being honest this whole time about having to work all the time and never being able to attend those gatherings. So this time I should actually go. I think the reason she said something like that to me, about me not being a family to her, is because I haven't been going out to see anyone recently. Maybe it was just meant as a joke or something.
Well, if that was meant to be a joke from her, it was not a very funny one. But if you're saying that you'd like to go this time, then I guess we're going. I myself haven't really been going home to my parents all that much recently. I'd like to go see them and check on how things are going there.
Check on how things are going, just in general?
You know better than I do that there are plenty of things wrong with my mom, right? I want to go and check to see if she's been telling the truth at all to the rest of the family, or if she's still hiding all her problems. In the past, lots of people have been hurt by what she was doing, so I just have to make sure things aren't getting bad again.
Is that right?
Well, I guess today we're really heading over to my parents' house then. But if there's anything that makes you want to go home while we're there, let me know right away. Then we can get the heck out of there.